Hello everyone, myself Viraj Nandiya. I'm a certified software testing professional. In the previous sessions, we have completed a playlist on a broken access control vulnerability. From this session, we will going to start a new playlist that is an injection. Before coming to the playlist or training sessions, I can understand that there is a more gap between the videos that I'm uploading to the users. But believe me, for the rich content and to get user engaged, the most important thing is in presentation, and I am trying to improve my presentation skills over here. So basically, in this sessions, I have came up with a small PPT for this particular playlist that is an injection. So don't worry, the playlist or the basically I will upload this PPT URL so that you can get a proper note of it. So let's jump into it. So in this playlist, we are going to understand what is an injection, what are the different types of an injection, what are its impact, the live demonstration on one of a particular demo application, and how we can prevent it. So basically, let us come onto the first introduction to the injection. What is injection? Injection takes top third position in OS top 10 list vulnerabilities list 2021. Injection flaw is a vulnerability which allows an attacker to inject a malicious code through application to another application. This can include compromising both backend system as well as other the client connected to that particular vulnerable applications. So what are the types of an injection? So basically there are three types of an injection. There are actually more, but the major the we need to observe on the types are first OS command injection, XSS injection, SQL injection. Why three and why not other types? Because these three types are most identified on top tier applications. In this session, we are going to understand OS command injection. We are going to try to break the session for each type because the session video length will also get short, and also you can able to grasp the concept clearly. So basically coming to the command injection, what exactly is an OS command injection? OS command injection, in OS command injection, attacker could exploit a weak point in the system by giving it a bad input or malicious parameter instead of filtering the bad parameter. System retrieving and showing the correct file that belongs to the current user. The attacker could trick the system into accessing someone else's file. This happens because the system is not properly checking or controlling what kind of input it receives. So basically in this, the attacker can inject some system commands in the web application that can gets executed on basically server. So what are its impact? What are its impact of an OS command injection? First, it can compromise system. Second, data theft or leakage. Third, denial of service attack. So basically how it can cause compromise entire system. So basically when an application server fails to validate the user input request, then this request can get a complete control over the system. It basically can get complete control over system, and when it gets complete control over the system, the suspect user or attacker can manage your resources within that particular system. He can change the files, he can theft the files data, he can manipulate the sensitive files informations. So by this it can compromise the entire system. Then the data theft or leakage. Now once the OS command attacker gets successfully perform an OS command OS command injection attack on this particular system, then he can get an access to the particular sensitive file, that can be a log file, network files, also the other credentials file. So basically the attacker can theft the data over that particular, and it can cause a impact on the business reputation. Second is a denial of service attack. Now what is a denial of service attack? It is a type of an attack where the additional uh, it basically fools the system by not with an additional resources, like it by sending a request multiple times, that it can the request of files, it will upload the files of infinite type, and it will upload it till then that the system crash down or it is unreachable to other users. So this DOS attack, once an attacker gets an OS command injection onto the particular server or system, they can send this DOS attack. It can send a multiple files onto the system in so much time that it can make the service down or it can crash that particular system down. So yeah, these are the impact of OS command injection. So we will have a live demonstration of an OS command injection. So in this demonstration, basically, let me see if the recording is properly on. Before going to this uh, live demonstration, we will particular understand the it's with the diagram. So basically this in this session you the live demonstration that I'm going to identify this type of a vulnerability. You might find it similar with directed traversal attack that we have completed in a broken access control vulnerability. Cause directed traversal can be also be defined as an OS command injection. Now the term OS command means that any system command we inject, we manipulate the URL of a particular server or application or server, and it should prevent that particular OS command that we give. Like there are the various command you can the one who are using the Linux environment, like for the changing the directory, we use cd or some shells command. So that shells command, shell scripting command should not be executed on particular application. So this is how the OS command attack has been identified onto the particular applications. So in this, we have one application. We basically I don't have, for now I don't have a server. So I have an I find it a best way to explain this type of an attack with this particular application. This application is on simply on a desktop, and you can see this is the application, that is a portfolio. It can contain the multiple directories like js, cs, images, and index.html. Currently we are on index.html file which we are seeing onto the browser. Okay, now you can see we now I want to go one directory back behind, that is in images. So if I remove this index.html and I go to images, you can see I can get an access to this directory, complete directory like images folder. Okay, now here I can go on particular images that are available into our project directory, images directory. Okay, now I want to access the css file into this particular project directory. So I can go over the css, and you can see I can have an access to this style.css file over here. Okay, now I want to access this js file onto this project directory. Now I'm going to js file. Okay, let me, what are the directories available? Okay, js file is not available. I have actually written js within this html inner script itself, in yeah, inline, yeah, inner script. So now here are the application. This is a root directory, the portfolio. This is a project portfolio. Now, what if I try to access outside this particular root directory? Now for this till portfolio is a root directory. Now here this can be any domain site application server uh, server URL, and this slash project is our project directory, so where we can have an access to this particular file within this our root directory. But now if what if I try to access it outside of root directory and I go to desktop, and here there is one file name that is a credential. Should it allow me to access this file? No, it should not allow me to access this file. If I try to go into desktop, there can be the multiple file that is of server. This is a server, right? I have said this is a server URL, and slash portfolio is our root directory. So outside the root directory, we there is no work of us. It contains this additional information about the server, so that should not be allowed us to access. So in this I'm getting an access to this particular directory, where I can get an access to this in file. So this file now can be any sensitive file, and I'm getting an unauthorized access to it. So this type of an attack is known as an OS command injection. So you can now you will say, where we have given OS command over here. See, now, OS command is basically can be anything like uh, CMD, like directory, ls. So these are the OS command on Linux environment in this cd slash double slash. But here you can see, if I give double slash back, in what we have run in directory traversal, we're trying to go one directory back using this. So if this execute on this particular URL on the server, and if server fails to validate this URL and it allows to go one directory back, that means this type of an attack is known as an OS command injection, because it's allowing the particular commands. This command is also this particular symbol is also one of an command only. No, it is allow going one directory back. So this should not allow in particular any application server. It should restrict it. See, I got an got I have got an access to the admin directory, where I can get the access to the various sensitive file. So yeah, this type of an vulnerability is known as OS command injection. So how we can prevent it? So in order to prevent, now let's jump into the particular slide again. So where we are, yeah, how we can prevent it. We have seen the we have not seen yet the live demos. We have seen the live demonstration. So now we understand how we can prevent it. How we can prevent it. So basically avoid, in when the developer is developing the code, or he is writing the code, sorry, when he's implementing the code, not developing, so he can prevent such type of an system commands into his code. Like he can use libraries libraries or functions, built-in functions, or he can build using that he can access it for the reading the file, for my file manipulation, or any network calls that is to be made. He can make with the help of the built-in functions, rather than going with a system command. So yeah, this was one of the solution. Another solution is a strong input validation before sending a request to the server. On the client side, if itself, they can block such commands, or you can allow only the alphanumeric characters, and rest block all, or else rest you can block all the unnecessary commands. For that, we can use this particular regular expressions for any form field before sending it to the server. So yeah, this way is how we can prevent the OS command injection. uh, as for today, this much from this session, and we will continue with the next type of an OS command injection, that is accesses. In this, we have seen what is the OS command injection is one of a type of an injection. So yeah, that's much from this session, and please do share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.